matters have gotten worse, and we haven't done any planning in order to prepare for this crisis that we're in right now. Now, let's talk about the new rollout. We were told that $10 million was going to be raised to give out to small businesses from the looting. Okay, we got that. Only $230,000 has gone out the door. Where's the rest of it? Because we don't know where that money was supposed to be coming from, and that's why you talked about, man. You talked about all these programs that were being rolled out. Where's all this money coming from? I have no idea. When we haven't had a hearing, we need to know where all this money is coming from. What's happening now is we're rolling out all these programs, and they're unfunded programs that, you know, these things sound good, but it doesn't make sense.
I was asking.
$8-9 billion.
I was going to ask, where is this money coming from? Because I seem like there's a press conference. There's a press conference every day talking about money that we're giving away. At the same time, I hear when she goes to the national DNC, it seems like she's saying we need more money or we're going to be failing.
And that's what's happening. I believe that we are hoping that we're going to get a total federal bailout to bail Chicago out, and that's not how government works, man. You can't, you know, when the federal government bails you out, that is your blessing, okay? But you can't hope and pray that, you know, that the federal government bails you out. You have to plan if they're not going to bail you out. That's how you run government. You plan as though they're not going to bail you out, and when they do bail you out, then you go back to the taxpayers and say, hey, I got some relief for you all. We got a blessing. Here it is. And so we don't have to, you know, raise taxes as much. But none of those things are happening. And so I believe, again, let me go back to this $10 billion, water thing that she's trying to roll out. Where's that money coming from? She's already said that, you know, we're not turning people's water off because it's inhumane to turn people's water off. Well, since that announcement has taken place, we've been losing $5 million a month since she rolled that out. So we're over $170 million right now since that program has been implemented. So that money helped fund the water and sewer programs that we've been doing thus far. So we're losing our bond rating because, you know, we have to pay those bonds because we already bonded that money out. So if we don't have the money to pay those bonds, how are we going to go back and say, well, we're about to do this $10 billion rollout where, you know, how are you going to back that money up? Where are you going to get the money to back up that bond? It doesn't make sense. We're rolling out all these feel-good programs, and that's what they are. It'll make people feel good, make us think things are happening, think we're doing the right thing, and that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Good Lord, Alderman. So I gotta ask this question because you know there's gonna be people that are gonna have questions and they're gonna say, Alderman, why are you going so hard on this mayor, but they don't perceive you as going this hard on any other mayor? How would you respond to that?
Well, that is the furthest thing from the truth. You all remember I fought Rahm Emanuel tooth and nail on Uber and Lyft because I knew that was a problem that we had, that Uber and Lyft was systematically putting the taxi cab industry out of business. And I was chairman of the transportation committee at that particular time. So I led the charge, and I fought him every step of the way on that issue. So I fight the right fight at the right time. I don't just pick fights.
I heard that.
What happens is when I see injustice, when I see manipulation, when I see lies, when I see little innuendos, I'm going to stand up. And so right now, what you're seeing is, there's a larger problem in this city that deserves a larger response and a larger voice of opposition.
My goodness. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I saw just last week that the mayor went off on Alderman Hopkins for standing up for his community. Talk to me about what does that mean, because you all are very quickly losing, in my estimation, your power to actually represent your communities, especially in this cannabis deal. Talk to me, Alderman, what is going on there as it relates to the defense of our communities, and then I'll let you go because I know you got places to go and we got to move on.
No. Well, again, what you see is, it was strategic when this administration came in to take away the power and authority of the alderman, because this administration doesn't like opposition. This administration doesn't like pushback. And so if you take away all our power, all our authority, there's nothing to push back. So you see what happens when you push back. You get talked about, you get lashed out, and all you're doing is fighting for your community. That's all we're elected to do, is to advocate for our community. So if I'm going to get talked about, called names, and all these things because I'm fighting for my community, what kind of message does that send? And so I'm encouraging more of my colleagues to stand up, because if the more of us stand up, we can right this wrong and we can get this ship back on the right track.
Okay.
But until that happens, I think if people continue to just lay back and don't want to work and just want to turn over authority to the administration and everything, then you're going to continue to see this city in unrest that you see right now, because that's a direct reflection on how this city is reacting to everything that it was done, and how the city is being governed is why we have such unrest.
Alderman, I got to stop you right there, but I want to tell you thank you. You know, you always got an open door here on the Maze Jackson Show. We appreciate your 9th Ward, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's cracking over there. You drive down to Bishop Ford, you look off the expressway, it'd be like, good Lord, what else are they building over there? Hey, and that gym, man, that gym. Ooh, that gym. Oh man, bet that gym is that entertainment center is better than anything I've done seen in the suburbs. Let me tell you, if you're gonna have a birthday party, if you're gonna have a basketball tournament, and I think they COVID free too, so we're gonna talk about it all. Alderman, what's the name of your sports complex?
It's the Pullman Community Center.
The Pullman Community. You need to go check that out, Miss Event Planner. This is the Maze Jackson Show. That was Alderman Beale. We'll be back. Hey, if you're looking for us on Facebook, we are back up and popping. We'll be back.
Call in and say it with your chest.
Lord have mercy, they had me working today trying to keep everybody rolling.
872-259-7474. Give us a call and say it with your chest.
No, he means when he says get together, he just means that they had the opportunity to keep some power to themselves. Instead, they gave it to the mayor.
I remember that. That was like earlier.
That's like the first thing.
They've been
like
taught
March.
to
Was
go.
that like March or
No, that was when they first.
Yeah, it's literally the first thing you do is you vote on the rules.
Right.
And in rules, they could have kept some power, but they said, nah, we'll just let her
make all decisions.
Yeah.
So they can't get that power back?
Yeah, they can.
They could if they wanted.
They could, but they are. So this is how I look at it, and it's. I think one, you have the. So I think what I appreciate about your conversation, even though we don't agree, is that you're asking common sense questions, and I think we're kind of insiders.
Right.
So I think what I appreciate is like the innocence of why won't they just get together, right? Like the innocence of that.
Right.
Like no, the innocence of that when it's like. It's not that simple, because if you've been bred to be, and I'm using this harshly, but if you were bred to be a slave and you were only taught to go in the back entrance, if you were taught that the only way you survive in this game is to do what they tell you to do, then me telling you to do something different isn't going to happen, even if it makes common sense. So think about the fact of voting to give yourself less power. Think about the gravity.
I mean,
of
that's huge. Well, maybe they want to just collect $120,000 and chill during COVID.
No, I don't think so. I think that's
because this is always the way it's been done, and so why change something where we might get in trouble?
Right. And
So this has happened before, where the aldermen have given the mayor more power.
No, they always give them. This time they voted on it. Like with Daley, and Rom, they said, okay, we're gonna need you on all the big shit. But you get to say what goes in your ward. So you can be, you can, when we tell you we want this though, now you might have to trade, they might have to negotiate, they might have to be like, I want a library, a fire station, whatever, to let you do whatever project, but there was some negotiation ability. There was also an understanding among the aldermen that we will never vote against you on a project in your ward, because I would never want you to vote against me on a project in my ward. Mm-hmm. That changed with this mayor. That changed with this mayor. She had a advantage with the Ed Burke and a whole bunch of other stuff that was happening. What I'm suggesting to you, Juan, is that just like Beale is telling, like he just went through that whole thing about like the unfunded mandates and the stuff that we're doing, the challenge becomes a lot of the stuff that you would, like they're going to come get Juan, right? Because your view is not historical.
Your YouTube seems to be offline.
Okay.
Someone just so you know.
It'll come back. And
okay, cool.
I reset, so everything, thank you. So I think that the challenge is, and it's like a good and a bad thing. Like, I feel like Juan to me is a beneficiary of what's in it for the black people, right? So as this thing starts to percolate and people got to start answering the question, right? They didn't have to ask, what are we going to do on the south side or the west side before, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't have to. Mm-hmm. Now they have to. But now they got to go ask people who, not the people who lived through it, who had to fight through it, who have had to push. They say, let me go find somebody new who could be like, yo, I'm happy just to be here. Mm-hmm. Not tripping. Mm-hmm. I'm happy for you to be the beneficiary of that. Mm-hmm. What sucks is the people who had to live through, who had to go do the fight, who have to get their head bashed in to be like, yo, it wasn't even an opportunity for us to fucking do special events.
Right.
Like, think about when JB came and I was like, man, your friend is such and such, you better fucking be doing events. Right? They better, and I'm not going to say that happened, but I'm going to say, like, they now have to have these examples. And so now what they're doing is ignoring anybody who was there before and say, let me go get this person, and this person. So it's like, I could fight for what's in it for the black people all day. I'll never reap the benefit of it.
Right.
Because they're going to be like, this nigga made us push the envelope. So now I look around and I see people who you be like, that would normally never have happened to anybody that was outside of a political realm until this happened, right? And so when you stand up and say, hey, you know, the mayor did blah, 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 it's like we know their hands have been forced over time.
Right.
And so I'm not saying you don't take advantage of it, but I don't feel like it's pure. It's not like, oh God, we were like, they're like, shit, they're gonna blast us if we don't say this, and this. Now, where they make the mistake is that they haven't built bridges. They built walls, right? So with Daley, it was, if you don't get along, then they're going to try and court you, right? They're going to try and figure out a way to get you on the team.
Right.
What do you get? What is it your life's dream, right? Do you want to build a such and such? Do you want to build schools? Whatever it is. After Daley, to me, now, like with Rahm, they went away from the premise, like there was a respect for being a fighter, in my estimation, in the Daley era. The fighter went away during the Rahm era, right? It was like you fighting for your issues. If it wasn't the mayor's way, the mayor's office didn't say we got to persuade you. They said we'll cut you off.
Gotcha.
Right? Then this mayor took that to the next level. So all of the people that learned that resistance was a good thing, now you're taught, don't resist, go alone. Right? Go, like the outside guys. So like you look at Danny Solis, you look at the people that became aldermen during the day, they were all fighters. They all fought against, then they got their thing, and then they came in and then they grew whatever they got.
Right.
Now, so like that's why Danny Solis ran Uno, and they kicked the mayor's ass forever and ever and ever. Then they made the pact. They came in, and now you see all these fucking schools. And you saw Juan, and you saw the legacy of a Latino lineage that even after those guys went, they're still living. We don't have it, and they don't. They want to keep people who are disconnected from the process, because then they keep the power separated, right? Like, so let me go find somebody that's not connected to shit, so I can say I got you. Nobody's gonna ever I'm not gonna hurt Juan, right? Right, but realistically, like, that don't help us grow no political shit. That don't grow our power. That means we made somebody that's completely disconnected, and when the time comes, they'll use their power for the mayor, not for the black people, right? Because the mayor is and it's not a hate, it is, we don't ally with each other.
No, exactly.
Right, I agree.
And so what they do is
like
they
the
throw
mayor hiring people from Pennsylvania,
right, and then they throw
Yeah.
then they throw money into the mix, and because there's a dearth of money, ain't no nigga turning down the money, and then they throw you over the, then it's like, man, what I'm supposed to say? Don't take the money, right? But in the meantime, they know they can always pick somebody off,
right.
right? And what they do is they find people. What you'll also find is they'll find people that they know, so you can't jam them.
Maze, you froze on there, and then on TuneIn, you're not being heard on the. You guys are not being heard on radio station on TuneIn.
Okay.
No, that's not good.
Well, I'm just saying, And you
Is there
froze.
music being played?
Sweet Pea, is there music being played?
I mean, I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna no, I'm not tripping. You guys are not being heard on the radio station and tune in. That's because we're not. Cause we're having a conversation in the studio. We're not on there right now.
Oh, there you have it.
Y'all gotta.
Maze, you froze though. Your face like this. You see it?
I know I'm froze.
He know he froze.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I'm your host. Got my co-host, Todd, Stroger. Hey, y'all, just so y'all understand, on Facebook Live and YouTube, we never stop.
Gotcha.
So this is a behind-the-scenes look. So it's not a hot mic. You're not catching something. It's like we let you know that if you are watching Facebook Live or YouTube, then you know that we are... that you are getting a behind-the-scenes look, because this is not only is this, it's a reality show, y'all. It is a reality show.
Politics is a reality show.
It is,
it
man.
Gets me stressed out. I get anxiety.
You know what?
Exactly.
Like they say, God made people for everything. Politicians, this right here, it's just too much.
You know
too
what?
Much.
It used to get me stressed out.
Too much.
I tell you.
Then I found the Lord.
You found the
need
Lord.
him. You need Jesus.
You need
politics.
Jesus in this mud. You need some Jesus.
It's too much. Everybody gets so sensitive, and everybody's so about their platform. Sometimes just be open to hearing other people's thoughts. It's okay. You don't. And this is the thing what y'all gotta understand about me. I'm okay if you disagree with me. I'm totally okay. I really don't care if you disagree with me. That's my mind. God gave it to me.
Right? See, that's why you my cousin though, right? Because I'm gonna tell you. I think one of the things that I've been seeing lately is the level of vitriol that has entered.
Vitriol.
You always told me, I went to school in Bolingbrook.
Right.
Well, we did. Look, y'all. They mad at the big words. Okay, all the anger.
Thank you.
All the anger.
Thank you.
In politics right now.
So much.
I just need to tell y'all one more time. I just need to tell a lot of the Kamala people, y'all losing more votes for people than you are getting.
Right.
I just need to tell y'all that somewhere in the world, you all have clearly forgotten that the game is multiplication and addition, not subtraction and division. Mm-hmm. So I just want to point out to all the smart people who say, I'm going to unfriend the next person. I just want you to know that when them people walk into place,
I'm unfriending you right now.
Go ahead. You know what?
It's just so this is.
They don't even know Kamala.
They don't even
ever met them.
I had to put on Facebook. I'm like, guys, it's not. It's a part of our world, but don't get this. I guess because people have nothing else to do. Go outside, ride a bike, go walk, go. You really don't, really, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be your local and state that you probably want to.
Look, see, we done talk. No, well, they ain't gonna say nothing about that because then they gotta answer the Madigan question. Shout out to Robin Kelly and her courageous stance to say, can we talk about that later?
You are so
courageous.
I just want to do a reality show. I just want to see how juicy it gets. Like,
ooh,
good.
For black people, it's pretty dry. It's pretty dry for black people. You don't see our name in none of the scandals because there was too much money. Now, you want to talk about 99 cent a chicken wing? 99 cent a chicken wing. They was fighting over a chicken wing and 99 cent.
They are not that bad.
Shh.
But y'all,
How much? I'm just asking.
I mean, really, I watch Instagram more than Facebook because Facebook, people got it's just
so
too
Facebook
much hate and too much.
Facebook is where the 35 to 54-year-olds are. The people.
Yes, I'm on Instagram.
Instagram is the non-tax-paying people.
Yeah, I don't even know what Instagram really is. I'm like, what is that?
All right, let me do this. I'm gonna go to the live line because my guy. Brother Ball is on the live line, and you know Brother Ball always come with the gospel. What's up, Brother Ball?
Let me give you the rundown. I'm going to give you the consensus on the street of where we fell apart, mayor or wise. I always had topics about this in conversation. So listen, the mayor debacle broke down with Mayor Daley being respected and feared. In my opinion, now, it's my opinion, he was respected and feared. Mm-hmm. We got Rahm Emanuel in. Rahm Emanuel had the backing to make people say, oh, well, you know what? Since he's Barack Obama and, you know, so-and-so, so he's rubbed elbows with this and that, they listened to him because he was convincing. What has happened with Miss Lori Lightfoot is that the LGBTQ has overweighed her blackness, and she has to carry that book bag. So now that everything has begun and begotten so, let's say, sensitive, to where feelings and emotions count more than truth and facts. When the Alderman attacked her, when the Latin Kings was standing on the roof, he made a great point. And she overran and overlooked that and ran away from that question so fast that it was scary. And I was like, wait a minute. This is the same thing she does when people ask her about the black community, South Side and West Side. I cannot think of one time that Lori Lightfoot has been attached to anything black that has been good in the community. I haven't heard any of the Alderman, Brother Beale just called in. I haven't heard of anybody on our side of the community that look like us and her that has anything good to say about it. You just made a good point about Kamala. If you think Kamala is going to get you more black votes, you're living in the 70s. And the reason I say that is because you're waiting to move on up watching the Jefferson speech. It's not happening. Once you got these emotions involved, everybody felt entitled to say something about Lori, positive or negative, and it's mostly negative. So you got so many people feeling entitled because they feel a certain way. That don't mean nothing. Feelings are just your feelings. But when your feelings matter more than my feelings and my truth and what I'm going through in real life, guess what? It's going to matter more. And now you have so many emotional people. You have so many people feeling a certain kind of way. The majority of people don't care about the mayor. I'm going to be honest with you. They don't care about the mayor. The mayor is a null and mood point in their conversation and everyday topic. The mayor is like, who is she? Why is she the mayor? I'm going to be honest with you. Some people say, why is she the mayor? If she resigns tomorrow, nobody would be mad. Nobody would be happy. We'd probably be looking forward to somebody else who's going to come in here and really show that they can be a mayor. I don't think she's a mayoral candidate. I think she just got placed in there because, like you say, it was a get-along game. And if you throw the right amount of money and the right amount of support behind anybody, you know, they can be the front runner. It doesn't mean that all the people underneath them want them. And you know that's the case.
I heard that, Brother Ball. Brother Ball, always a pleasure to talk to you, man. You know, you keep it real.
Always.
You keep...
Love y'all. Keep the love going. Keep the love going.
Appreciate you. Tell them kids I said, what up? Let me tell y'all, man. Todd, I think that... Is it time for Lori to come on and talk to the black people? Like, is it time for her to say, I done lost the white folks?
You mean like on this show?
She ain't never coming on this show. No. I ain't never coming on this show.
She told you that?
She tried to get me fired from somewhere else. You know I'm not allowed. Well, let me just tell you. She told me one time she was gonna come on the show. Then they was like, that's me. She was like, oh, I take it back. Hey y'all, let me go to.
Would you be mean to her?
No, I really want to talk to her, and I really wanted to sit across the table and ask questions. Here's what I'm not gonna accept, though. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna accept finger pointing. I'm not going to accept her coming in to my space trying to be the boss of me. Right? It's like we'd have to have a conversation as respectful equals. I think that the mayor has gotten it twisted where she feels like we are all like she works for me.
Right.
I don't work for the mayor. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the things that happens is that the mayor has been put in this space where and even with most mayors, they've been put in a space where they are unquestioned. And I think this mayor came in and she wanted all the perks of that without necessarily earning that. So I want to talk to her. Let me go to the live line because we got more calls. I'm going to just go straight through with the calls. Let me go to Tony. Y'all, we done talked about some of everything today. I think I'm probably not. I hope I ain't in trouble when I get home. I think I'm in trouble. I hope I ain't in trouble. But Tony, on the Mace Jackson show.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I'm calling back because I called earlier and you guys was having some issues hearing
you were
my
just
call.
Thank you,
and
Tony.
then when I hung up and I heard the young lady saying that it sounded like I got some issues. I think we all have issues. And what I was talking about and speaking specifically on is how the white man is using the black woman to do his dirty work and carry his water. And now I don't want to start finger pointing, as Mays would say, and start calling out any particular individuals, but I think Mays spoke on it intelligently when he started talking about the cannabis issue. When he started talking about the other issues, look at the new construction that they're doing over there in Lincoln Yards. Look at the new construction that they're doing in the 78. And so we're talking about new construction in the face of a pandemic, in the face of businesses closing, people being laid off. The city is in a huge deficit, and then you had Alderman Beale to come on. Excellent follow-up, because Alderman Beale isn't in debt to no one but his community, and the people that's going to vote for him are the people that he represents down at City Hall. And so if we have more aldermen to stand up and do the right things, such as what Alderman Beale is doing, then we'll have a city that works for the entire community and not just for the few. And so, again, young lady, I'm not going to sit here and start pointing out any individuals per se, but look at the policies that are being discussed and look at where all the money is. Go on the north side today, later on, and you see all those restaurants packed outside, people eating and dining. On the south side, people are still shuttered in. And so let's not talk about, finger pointing and this, that, and the other, but I'm speaking the truth. The white men have used the black woman and will continue to use the black woman as long as she show up and show that she's in bed with them. She's going to continue to do what she's doing. And I'm not speaking because I'm upset, I'm mad. I'm upset because we put the power in the hands of those that don't know what to do with it.
I just disagree when you say basically all black women, all women, all black women. I ain't
saying all black
women.
You
said black
look
women.
At the issues. Look at the policies.
You said black women.
The black women that are in positions of authority, that have the will and the wherewithal to make stuff happen. That's who I'm talking about. Now, we won't say all women, all white folk aren't racist. You know what racism is? Power plus money. A lot of white folk can't even afford to be racist, so we look past them. So I'm talking about those black women that are in positions of authority. Let's speak the truth.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you what. I appreciate the call because I'm gonna tell you it is. Look at that. All right, hey Tom, thanks for the call, man. You make sure you call us back. We got calls. Y'all gotta go through these calls quick. All right, Thurgood, what's up? I need you to do it quick, man. I only got like 3 minutes. Thurgood. Oh, hold on. Thurgood, I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, he hung up. All right, let me go to Shannon. Shannon, you're on the Maze Jackson show. Shannon?
Good morning, family. I just want to say, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
All right. I just want to say this. Nobody want to talk about the elephant that's in the room. Elephant in the room is there are 3 groups: black, white, and immigrants. Nobody except the American descendant of slaves have had the treatment that we've had in this country, and that nobody want to discuss that. Even when the immigrants come over here, their experience is not our experience. Mayor Daley was for white people. Rahm Emanuel was for immigrants. Lori Lightfoot is for gay people. When are we going to get somebody in there for black people? It's our time. It's our turn. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you, Shannon.
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought you was talking about my belly.
Get in my belly. All right, look, we got another caller. Let me go to Desiree. Desiree, hold on. Let me get you. Desiree, you on the Maze Jackson show?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to make one comment really fast in regards to the women in politics. Well, as women, we need to realize that women are doing this, and they are in these positions, and sometimes they don't navigate through the system as they should for us as black people, meaning black men and women. You should be black before you a woman anyway. So I think you heard it from a lot of men and you heard from a woman. I understand what the woman is saying. I mean, they're new, they're in difficult positions, but sometimes when we're in these positions, I'm a woman, I'm on business, and I make it a point to make sure when I'm in construction, I make sure I hire black contractors first, because not being we have to really uplift our community. We have to uplift, and we have to when we see, like you say, Mace, when we see that elephant in the room, we have to call it out. And if we don't, we're going to keep on going down this detrimental path. Thank you all. God bless you. I enjoy your show. And yes, Mace, I did switch to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And let me just say, I am not against all black women. I just think y'all got to be conscious of the roles you sit in. Right now, black women do have the power. Mm-hmm. Right? They got the power. And I'm not hating on you, but it's like, don't let white folks keep telling you it's up to you, and then I see y'all saying if black men ain't never supported us. No, we support you, and we vote for y'all in every spot that y'all got. Mm-hmm. Now, let's make sure that y'all are when you're in those spaces, that you find opportunities for us as well. Right. I would tell you, if anybody comes against a black woman in front of me, then they got a problem. Period. Right. Point blank. Hey, I want to do real quick before I go. I want to send a big shout out to Ruthie Marshall. She is 80-year-old cousin of Tiger Lily, who is my social media goon, as well as her. It's her cousin, Tiger's cousin. She listens every day. So, Todd, for my co-host Todd Stroger, for my cousin Juan in the building, for Miss Sonia Escobar, the musical conductor of the Soul Plane. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? Like, I really want to know. And if you don't like it, you can still send me a lot of stars. Send a lot of stars. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. May said, we out of here. Peace. Peace.
This secure moment is brought to you by
Good stuff, people. We got back up to 200 after 270. All right, y'all. I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for rocking with us. Hold on, cousin Lauren. Say bye. Say bye to the people.
Occur suddenly. In times like these, get secure home automation and an affordable wireless home alarm system with professional monitoring. This includes fast emergency